Cincinnati. It's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news at Paul Brown Stadium. That's where we're at here in Cincinnati. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the New Orleans Saints and the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. On first down, Kyle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Looking deep downfield, and that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year, and the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Second down at 5. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Now Reddick. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is going to have a Saints first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
I have to admit, I I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Here's Reddick to throw. Buying time to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. On second down now, Gordon. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
This is taken at the 18. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Reddick sets to pass it. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. The Saints say they have it, and they do. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover, and now they'll try to attack again and again throughout the game.
They go play action here on first down. Forced out, and he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They're going to look to throw, and that is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Second and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. The Saints on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Throwing again on second down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out, it's not the case.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. So that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give, right side. Kyle. Oh, able to avoid him. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Going to give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
On 3rd down, Kyle. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Back to throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Burrow. Going for his running back, and he's got him complete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now it's Burrow. And caught by Henry. And some room to work. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Blankenship out for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded right around the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Under pressure, they got him again. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Going to throw right side here, complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Going right side here, and that's complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. He's going deep for Brown. And 2 too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So we've reached an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
They'll run on first down. Gordon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On second and a yard. Reddick. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time. But it's going to lead to third down. On third down, Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On third down. Gordon, and he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Steps away to his left. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Bradley. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On second down, Gordon. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off at the 22. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. On 1st down, Gordon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Let's see, yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll try and throw for it here.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Kyle, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
83 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Three quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 25 on second down. Reddick. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it's a second down. They'll look to throw. The kidder here, it's complete. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And they'll run again. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati set to take over once again. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
anytime
right.
we have a
That's right.
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a 4th quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 108 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Burrow's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. From midfield now, Burrow. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
It's complete to Brown, right side. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw into the hands of Henry here. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Hughes. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
So a tug on the face mask, and that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And sometimes it'll go unnoticed, but that one, pretty obvious for everyone to see.
They'll try the left side. Gordon. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll. They'll keep it on the ground. Gordon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On first down, Gordon. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On second down now, Gordon. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on third down. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. It's off the mark. Harrison Butker pushed it to the right. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. So it was a golden chance to go ahead here in the final moments, but he misses for a second time in this game.
Brandon, either one of those go, and they might be on their way to a victory. Instead, they're going to have to hold on here defensively just to force overtime.
Throwing, Burrow. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he'll have a first down, but a great tackle there keeps him from getting to the boundary.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. They'll keep it on the ground. Gordon. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Wide open receiver complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A huge play there in overtime. Well, in overtime, I think coaches always wondering, where's that magic line for my kicker? They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up because that magic line can change throughout the game. It's constantly being updated by teams. It starts with pregame. Okay, how do you feel? As the game goes on, they might ask him again, still feel that same number? Is it a different number? Right hash, left hash, what do you need? And that goes into the play calling at OT.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for New Orleans, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it